That intro like that, I got a guest that just needs us, that build it up intro. I'm Nino Brown. This is the CFB Nation, and I got the guy, NBC Sports Zone, Eric Froton, a New Englander like myself. How we doing, my buddy?
A New Englander like yourself, Nino. Oh, fucking sucking right, kid. Happy to be here, dude.
What's going on, man? Huh?
Yeah. It was nice to be back. I really was a New Englander again for the college football season. It was nice to be back in your domicile. I mean, right down the road. You're in You're in Fall River.
Yeah, Fall River, kid.
Fall River, yeah. Battleship Cove, dude. I drive by it all the time.
Right down the block, bro.
Yeah, I was in. I was lucky enough to be in Bristol, Rhode Island, over by Roger Williams University. That's where
Cold State.
That's where great grandpa Porteous made the infamous Anderson family cottage, and I'm Froton. That's my dad's side. Then my mom's side, we have the cottage. So spent a lot of time over there, but I'm back in SoCal.
Loving life.
Yes.
The hair's a little blonder.
No offense, but it was 70 degrees today. Let's go right now. I mean, dude, that doesn't get old.
No, it does. It does for me, because I was pouring concrete in a monsoon rain today. It was 50, but it was, literally buckets, my friend.
You're a savage. That's real hard. That's hard. That's real.
That's awesome. The 9 to 5 for now, so I can be what you do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be you.
Well, hey, that's why we're here on CFB Nation.
That's my man. That's it. We're talking college. We're going to be talking college football spreads this week in some bowl games. You see them on the screen: Las Vegas Bowl, Birmingham Bowl, Armed Forces Bowl. We're going to talk a few games. And before we get into it, though, I'm going to hit my guy with some rapid fire. I want to see how, some questions he had, some answers to his questions of what happened in college football this year. You ready?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Who's your biggest surprise team this season in college football?
Biggest surprise team? James Madison.
Woo!
James Madison has to be the biggest surprise team, right? Coming up from the FCS.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't just a surprise in terms of how well they were, because they had, I don't think it's particularly a hot take to say they had the best defense in the G5, but the fact that there was even the drama surrounding, will they make a bowl? They go 11-1. Are they worthy of going to a bowl? Because part of the deal was this or that. Really? College football, you're gonna uphold the sanctity of this stupid contract? Well, we said they can't go to a bowl. They won 11-1.
There's no adjustment period. We don't need it.
Line them up against the Air Force, will you? Fine.
Yeah, cool.
Let's go. They're favored by 2.5.
Right.
Rock and roll. So, I just think what they did, it's a testament to their program and Coach Signetti. So, I'm all in. Let's go, James Madison. That would be my favorite surprise team. Great story. What a feel-good story. And that's what college football is all about, baby.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I think JMU was absolute surprise. To me, it was Liberty. I just, going undefeated Liberty with the new coach.
Yeah, switching coach, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. Kept it rolling. Caden Salter.
Yeah, he's
top
the real
10
deal.
CFF QB.
Absolutely. And he's only going to get better. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Give me your craziest prop bet you put out this year that hit.
I don't get to I don't do the a lot of the 6, 7, 8. They're really extrapolating it out a long way, alt lines. But I a lot of the super parlays are traditionally bad bets, because what the books want you to do is they want you to parlay. You to tease, they want you to parlay, they want you to string as many bets together that need to happen in order for you to go to the pay window, right? So when you make a straight one-on-one wager, they make a 6% profit. When you tease or parlay, they make 15% profit. And then when you go more than just 2, you start going up to 3, it starts going in for the 40, 50% to 100 to 200. It just starts getting exponentially larger. And that's why the prize picks and the underdog, like they want you to do that.
Oh yeah.
And even though you can still be profitable in college fantasy football, that, the college football props with those entities, and I certainly am, it's you want to isolate the bet to one-on-one. That being said, my most profitable, like if I had to go with, enough craziest, but like just the most consistent, that if I could try to impart upon people going forward into next season, is the season-long props. They're
Okay.
out by DraftKings, FanDuel. I'm not sure if Underdog even does it, but I know the Prize Picks puts them out. All those sort of entities. I'm sure that Barstool, they all do. Bet Rivers,
Right.
a lot of different books that put out the season-long college football player props, and they're putting them out at different times. So you want to be aware of that, but you can find wild disparities in lines in that marketplace in a way that you typically don't in the week-to-week market, at least in the mature week-to-week market. Once you hit past week 7 or week 8, when things have been kind of fairly established in terms of rotations. So if there's anything that I think I'd like to impart, it's that you can hit on those season-long picks, and you string those together, because hey, Prize Picks got a good line on somebody. Well, then you go, or a couple guys, and they'll
Right.
have a couple that I like. Then you go after them, and I hit Mario Williams 700.5. Hit that hard.
Got him.
Real hard. Dorian Singer. Like I went to the well on, I felt like USC was drastically overpriced, because everyone's like, oh, it's Caleb Williams. He's Jesus. He's going to throw for 1,000,000 yards, and it's like, hey, that's not exactly how these things work. And then 2, Dorian Singer is not going to get 999.5 yards. He's not going to get more than that. He's not going for 1,000 yards. He had like 280. I don't even know. I could be even overestimating on that. Like,
yeah, it was wow.
I wailed those two, and as we talked about off air, like Sam Hartman was up at like 34, over 3,400 in a couple of places. That quick, you saw that go down to like the 2,900 range, but like upon some of these opens, you jump on them. You jump on them hard, and you string together. That's where like the parlays and stuff like that, where you just go, oh, Mario Williams and Sam Hartman's under, Dorian Singer's under, and oh, here's Sean Tyler's under 850.5 rushing yards for Minnesota. Guy's a $185. He's gonna be Minnesota's bell cow, PJ Fleck's bell cow coming over from the map. Give me a break. It's a scat back. It's not happening. So you string a lot of those together, and you take them to the pay window, and each year, like, it's a 300, 400 percentile return on investment every year that you do those season-long props. So even though it's not crazy, it's like the biggest, the most profitable, most consistently profitable stuff I did was those season-long props. If you're willing to park your money for 3 months, you are going to make money on those investments. So I will say those in season. I will say that I liked the quarterback passing yardage alt lines, where you were able to get DraftKings jumping into the marketplace in a way that they simply weren't in years past. It was only FanDuel you could really get those juicy alt lines.
Yep.
Now you saw Bet Rivers. Now you saw Barstool. Now ESPN Bet jumping in, and most notably, that I found was a really nice marketplace was in the early goings of the season. DraftKings, like around week 3, started putting out alt lines they hadn't done yet, and in their exploration process, I was more than happy to guide them through my financial commitments to where they might have mispriced a few lines. And DraftKings, being like, even an earthworm knows to turn away from pain, so they start figuring out that have certain limitations to what they were doing with these alt lines on the QBs, even a couple of running backs, here and there. And in terms of good hits, I was able, one week I was able to pair Quinn Ewers' alt line over with Adonai Mitchell, and did, paired those for just a small parlay, but it's 4-1, 4-1. Pair them together. It was a nice 25 to whatever, up to 20-1 something return. Even though it's not the biggest, that was those types of hits.
Yes,
you can do those in college football, especially in the early going before these markets are set and they've really figured it out. You can use that recency of bias against the books where they don't properly take into account the the real talent levels of defenses and the difference between defenses at the college levels that just simply isn't present at the NFL unless you're the Brandon Staley-led Chargers.
I love it. Throws a jab in there.
I live in San Diego. Okay, I gotta take some Chargers barbs.
Yeah,
I'm a transplant. 20 years ago, but still, man, I moved here during the height of Chargers hating the Patriots. Because
LT.
It was the LT era, and they were insufferable. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even know there was some freaking rivalry here. We're from New England. We have no idea. We just winning championships. We just have Tom Brady.
He says we just win championships.
So we're just floating through life like on cloud 9 for 2 straight decades. So I came out here and they were real. The Chargers fans are very confrontational.
Oh yeah,
in the workplace. Some of the guys. I'm like, dude, all right. Good luck. And then
they didn't like us.
Marlon McCree intercepted the pass, and all he had to do was fall down, and they would have gone to the AFC Championship game in 2005, and they would have rolled Indianapolis that had already beaten that year and gone on to beat the Rex Grossman-led Chicago Bears. But instead, the Patriots won because Nate Kading missed his first field goal all season. We had nobody healthy. Troy Brown, right? Remember that game? It was the Troy Brown ran an out instead of an in.
Yeah,
I actually interviewed him at the Shrine Bowl this year and asked him about that game.
Ooh.
Like, what was the toughest loss as a Patriot, and why was it the 2005 AFC Championship? And he the Patriots are all business. Their coaches they're trying him. They're just they're evaluating. And he was like, okay, I got to talk to this fucking press guy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
But then as soon as I said that, he cracked a smile and he was like, all right, this guy's real. And then too, he was like, oh man, he couldn't help himself from just you could feel the deflation. Troy Brown is still jiggity jacked, by the way.
Come on, of course. You could see him on the sidelines.
Not a little jacked.
He don't take no shit.
Full on jacked Troy Brown. So he's an intimidating dude. But that being said, he was really gracious about his time. But man, that 2005 AFC Championship. So anyways, now we're off the Chargers. Next question.
All right. We're gonna start talking bowl games. All right. We'll talk some spreads, over-unders. I got a couple notes I wrote down. I think as to why these plays might be something you might want to put a little bit of money on. The first game, USF versus Syracuse, the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl game. Yeah, these names just keep getting longer and longer, I know. Syracuse is a 2.5-point favorite. Over-under is 57. Syracuse with the money line is minus 125. USF is plus 100 on the money line. Now, for me, I look at Butch just came out. Garrett Strader is done, right? Played most of the season with
Carlos Del Rio's done,
right? Who's the quarterback? Who you putting out there? Does anybody know? New head coach, right? Obviously, Fran Brown wants to come in there and establish dominance, but new system with pieces that may be there, may not be there come next year. I like the Syracuse under 24.5 points plus 160. What are your thoughts on this?
First off, you like the team under. That's an interesting play considering. Hey, they're out. But this is the USF defense.
Yes, but they've played multiple crappy defenses this year and put up 10. From midway through the season on, Syracuse just stopped. They were a top 10 scoring defense in the country for the first 5 weeks of the year, and then just hit a wall and said, "Nope, I'm done." Injuries and everything, they all checked out, but they've been bad down the stretch. Boston College completed, I think, 11 passes against them on the road and beat them.
Yeah.
It
I
was
get it.
ugly.
No, they're terrible. I'm just, I'm having fun, just poking fun more at USF. But I mean, I know that USF is motivated.
Right.
You know, I feel very confident about that. It's not like they're being killed by the opt outs. All their opt outs are basically low snap guys who are hitting
Right.
it's not opt outs. They're just hitting the portal, and they're really not an issue when it comes to their overall team. Yeah, Jerry Bohannon's transferring. No kidding.
Yes.
Byron Brown shoved him in a locker.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's looking for a new home. Yeah, it's funny
Right.
how that works.
Yes.
So yeah, of course he's in the transfer portal. Injury wise, there's a couple of their two interior linemen are questionable. That's something to watch. Maybe when it comes to the rushing props, things of that nature. So you would have backups in that spot. But like you're
Right.
saying with Syracuse, they're hit by some transfer portal opt-outs.
Yes.
Obviously, when you have a coach getting fired, guess what? There's gonna be some guys hitting the road, and
Mhm.
you got edge player Leon Lowry, number 3 on the team in TFL, tackles for loss and sacks. Okay, it's not like they were flowing this Louisville defense
Yes.
with
Yes.
TFL. There's not a lot of havoc plays coming
No.
from this front. So he was, and in terms of like Hurries, like he was good. He was their clearly best pass rusher. All right.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Lowry being out, real factor. They're arguably, one of their best run defenders and one of their starting
Marlowe?
interior defensive tackles, Terry Lockett,
Oh.
also out. Second highest graded run defender. He is out.
Is
And
Wax
isn't going-
playing?
I'm
The
not sure.
linebacker?
I haven't seen that yet. I've got Greenwood looking at him that he's out as a
Okay.
safety, but he was, like he was a rotation type guy.
Right.
But then you throw in, injuries, more of the injuries, where then you got, you also have a couple of injuries on the line. The starting right tackle has been out for a while. Their left guard just went down for the year. They're looking at literally starting Dan Villari, tight end. Vidare. Oh, right? Starting at you ready? Starting at QB, Dan Vidare, and serving as interim HC. Who's the interim head coach? Mr. Nino.
Fran
Who is
Brown.
No,
The interim. No.
Interim.
I forget. Fran Brown.
Nunzio Campanile. Oh, a fellow Paisano, huh?
And I think this might be his only time being in a head coaching position. You know what I mean?
Dude, their head coach is named Nunzio, all right?
Yeah.
Automatic, you get extra bullet points for that, in my opinion. I hope that like they toss another 10 grand on whatever their bowl stipend is, because let's go Nunzio, huh?
Yeah.
You have the Italian Americans coming up with Tommy DeVito,
Sean,
his agent, Sean Stellato, my friend, I played AU basketball with back in the day. So I'm really excited about at least the Italian resurgence going on right now. I know you are too.
Yeah, 100%. It's 50%. I'm 50% Italian, 50% Portuguese, so it flows. But
absolutely. So in terms of a game pick, though, all kidding aside, I have I'll go confidence points. Confidence points. I have USF for middle tier confidence. I think I got a 21 spot on them. And frankly, a lot of the guys, because I'm in a sharps pool. Mm-hmm. Most of the sharps have USF ratio wise. There's only a couple out of 14 that are going that direction. So that's the way the winds are at least blowing
for right now.
That front, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Let's move on to another bowl game here. UCF versus Georgia Tech. That's the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. I think they just try to put as many words together as possible here. But
who doesn't love the Gasparilla Bowl?
Yeah,
it's an American institution.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. UCF is a favorite, -5. The over-under is 64.5. UCF on the money line is -198, and Georgia Tech is +164 on the money line. In this game, this is kind of odd. It's the individual team unders. I do like Georgia Tech under 28.5 points, +110. And I like UCF under 34.5 points. That's +114. They've only gone over 34 points twice in the last 8 games, UCF. I don't foresee them going over in this game. And Georgia Tech has, for some reason, in certain games, played well and kept teams to under 20. They've also let up 50, 42, and 45. But their defense has kind of been Katy Perry-ish, hit or miss, hot or cold, depending on the game. I do like Haynes King in this game. But is John Rhymes Plumlee playing? Well, what's the story?
Did you just make a Katy Perry reference?
Yeah, I did. I'm hot and I'm cold. Katy Perry.
Dude, are we going to be singing Teenage Dream pretty soon here?
I love
it. You were into Skin Tight Dreams? You're going to get my heart racing? Come on.
I had to
What's going on now here, Nino?
Your face
all
like,
right. We're back, baby. We're back. All right. No Taylor Swift comments. But that being said, we are going to go to USF. I'm going to disagree with my teeny bopper loving friend. Probably into K-pop over there. What's the big BDS or something? BDS fan? Yeah. Anyways, man. Okay. So I'm going to disagree with the Italian Stallion. UCF, on the contrary, buddy. I mean, they've been rolling here. They've been doing pretty damn well. Smoking Oklahoma State, the Big 12 championship contestant, kind of took the bloom off of that rose. And outside of a blowout loss to Kansas, where they just fell on their faces and they didn't have their QB, I mean, I can forgive them. They didn't have Plumlee. They've had a 56% or higher win expectancy in every one of their losses. They're playing the Big 12 tight. I think their transition has been better than any of the teams that have made the jump this year. And I think they're really ready to take a step next year without Texas and Oklahoma around. But and while Georgia Tech has made strides, and this is still a work in progress, I do love guys that I'm invested in. Justice Haynes, I was invested in him in college fantasy. I was really pleased to see him, rise to the top of the depth chart. And obviously, you can't fade Haynes King.
Right.
I'm really impressed with what he did. In terms of college fantasy, he is, I would say, one of the true, sleeper QBs that were in the 80 to 133 range in terms of the rankings. I mean, he was down there, guys.
Yep.
To make a rise to being a credible dude. You were starting him. You're starting him during good weeks, Haynes King.
Yeah.
During good matchups.
Yeah. He went for a 70-yard run against BC to the crib.
Well, that's saying something.
I'm just saying, hey, it's fantasy points, right? It's 16
brother, it is fantasy points, bro. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not, in terms of the steps they've made, they're in a bowl. Look, hey, they're in a bowl. I know they're going to be motivated, and I respect the team and all that. It's just, getting to what I'm talking about. It's just their defense has been suspect. You don't know when they're going to show up. They've already had a couple of impact opt-outs. Top edge player Kyle Kennard, top cornerback Keenan Johnson. Both starters, both above average, in terms of their grading out and stuff like that, are in the transfer portal. Dude, we're talking about some heavy dude. They're shaking up the coaching staff too. You keep in mind, you got Brent Key, who's the head coach here. Their safeties coach was fired. Their DBs coach was fired. They gave up 6.5 yards per play, 117th in yards per play allowed as a defense. So there's still some real deficiencies. And against a Gus Malzahn offense that's operating at, a pretty high level, there aren't really offensively any impact opt-outs or anything of that nature. I mean, get ready. I think you see, what I think you see in this? I think you see some points.
Now this is where I get confused, because I go by what I see. Last game they played against who was it? Houston. They won 27-13, put up 27. Texas Tech, they lost 23. They won against Oklahoma. Cool, 45. Win against Cincinnati, 28. Lost 29 against Oklahoma. Lost Kansas, 22. Lost.
Look at who they're losing to. Other than Kansas, I can forgive these losses. And now you're talking about Georgia Tech. You're comparing these good quality Big 12 teams to Georgia Tech? All right.
Okay.
There's a reason why they fired a lot of people in the offseason.
Okay, they kept it within 8
against
Georgia.
The total was 64.5. I mean, they're going to get lit.
I mean, they scored 21 against Clemson, scored 42 against North Carolina. I mean,
I like this over. I'm not saying I
think
don't like the over.
I have a funny
Don't
feeling
like
it's
because
going to
I
be
do.
a
I
run
do.
game.
Even though it's 64.5, even though it is in that rarefied air, I like the over in this game. I like
Okay.
UCF. And it sounds like we might have to have a little friendly here with myself and Nino.
Yeah,
Sounds like there might be a little Venmo transaction
yeah,
coming
that's
between the
fine.
two
We
of
can
us.
do that. We will do that. Absolutely off the air. I will take Georgia Tech in this one. Give me
I'm
Eric
down.
Singleton
Down.
Jr.
Let's go.
Going to go have a.
Yep.
He's going to go for
Good
8 for a
season out of
buck.
Singleton.
Yep.
And I like. Look, I think I'm gonna bet whatever we put on this. I'm gonna put the cash equivalent on the over. I think I'm gonna, no matter what happens, we're gonna end up evening out. This is. I mean, I don't see either team stopping either team.
Okay.
Haynes King's too good. I love
Yeah,
Haynes.
but he wasn't. The thing is, I didn't like him at A&M. I like him at Georgia Tech. I think
I like Connor Wegman. He's better.
He's
He
100%
just got hurt, unfortunately,
right.
and Max Johnson knows he's better. That's why he's at UNC. I can't believe it.
That's terrible. They were picking at straws to find a guy.
Free Chase Harrow.
Yeah.
Chase Harrow. Don't let him.
All right. Next game up, NIU versus Arkansas State in the Camilla Bowl. Okay. I actually am interested in this one because I want to see what the freshman can do in Rayner. I like this game this year at the quarterback position. I think he's been pretty good. They got some dudes on the outside and wide receivers that have done well. Obviously, you are a fantasy guy, so I think all three of their wide receivers this year have been actual, ballers in certain weeks. And 6-6, in the Sun Belt, Arkansas State, not bad. Came out of nowhere. Really, nobody really is expecting them. They're favored against NIU. 2.5 point favorite. Over under is 53.5. NIU's money line is plus 120. Arkansas State money line is minus 142. I like the over, and I like Arkansas State in this one.
Like Arkansas State is like I said, basically a pick 'em here. I went in my bowl challenge. I took NIU for low confidence points, and that's because I had a hard time with this. I like the fact that Trayvon Rudolph is coming back with true name from the portal.
Yep.
That's a big deal. They did get hit by an offensive lineman. They're
Brown's is a dude at running back, an absolute dude.
Yep. You get Ontario. Obviously, Gavin Williams was good enough to pick up where he was out, when they left off. But you've also got some pretty good defections over there on Arkansas State, and their defense was already pretty rough. You're going to deal with Javante Mackey, their linebacker. He was excellent, probably their top defensive player. He's out 739 snaps. He's gone. Their top starting quarterback, Jordan Clark, he's gone as well. Into the transfer portal. That's an issue. And you got a couple of potential injuries. Tight end Emmanuel Stevenson, starting center Jacob Baer, who is going to try to play, it looks like here. So with that, I'm looking at Arkansas State. I'm just like, will they be able to stop Northern Illinois on the ground? And keep in mind, Rocky Lombardi.
Oh, come on.
Rocky Lombardi, the blonde bomber.
Yeah, he's another.
My college football doppelganger, people have told me. People have compared me to Rocky Lombardi with the hair.
That's fine. I'll take you. I would take you this year over Lombardi. Okay?
Oh, Nino.
Last year, I loved it. You come out with a name Lombardi, you know what I'm saying? You're balling. This year, he's been a ghost of himself.
I know, but he's always hurt because he's just such a gritty player. Come on. He puts himself in harm's way for one game. If you want one MAC quarterback, tell me Rocky Lombardi is an attractive option.
You don't like
because
Rayner?
You're going to get everything he's got. You never worry about Rocky Lombardi's motivation is the point. And that's the thing. When it's a toss-up game, it's close. You have defections on both sides. There's flaws on each side. You're in a bowl that is named literally after a Hall & Oates song. The Camellia Bowl.
Yeah.
Who even Hall & Oates, they have a restraining order against each other right now. There's a lot
which is crazy. Absolutely
there's a lot going on right now with this game. So with that, all things being equal, Rocky Lombardi's hair.
It shaved it off. He's got a Beezer now. Come on. Doesn't even count no more.
That's it. We're going with NIU.
All right. I'm going to stay with Arkansas State. I truly believe that I know he's young, but I like Jalen Rayner, and I think his connection with
Rayner's good, dude. I'm not saying
Jackson
I
and
don't like
Rucker.
Rayner. I do. I'm saying
Yeah.
I have low confidence points. So don't,
I
the fans out here like, man, give me a break. This one.
here's my X
I don't have
factor.
a great read on this.
And when they come out for props in the rushing, give me the over in rush yards for Jaquez Cross for Arkansas State in this game.
Oh, I love when you dig deep.
I think
I love when you start going Arkansas State running backs.
he's been down the stretch, the last 5 games, he was a dude for them. But like I said, the guys on the outside, Rucker, I like him a lot in the wide receiver position. But we're gonna bump heads on this one. I'm going Arkansas State, and you're going NIU. So next one up on the docket here is the 76 Birmingham Bowl. That one just sounds so good, doesn't it?
It does.
Duke versus Troy. Troy's an 8-point favorite. 45 is the over-under. Duke's a plus 270 on the money line. Troy's minus 340 on the money line. We're looking at this is battle of the interim coaches here, right? Elko's gone. Obviously, the guy from Troy John Summerall just went to Tulane. So, you're looking at interim coaches here. There's just a lot of questions to me. I like Grayson Loftus. True freshman in a big game. It's a little scary, okay? Your guy is gone. Riley Leonard's moved on to the greener pastures at Notre Dame.
So you got a lot of people moving on.
Yeah.
Greener pastures from Duke.
Jordan Waters, the running back, he's gone. He's moving on. Wide receivers going. Yeah, it's like you're losing so many people to the draft, right? Carter's going to the draft. So it's like, it's just, you're looking at a skeleton team. On the other side, new head coach, you got an interim coach. Your top player on your team, Vidal, he's going to the NFL. I don't believe he's playing in this game, right? I thought I read somewhere he opted out of this game.
Javon Solomon's out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and they had a top defense this year.
Stud edge player, Javon Solomon.
It's going to be
major loss.
Yeah, major loss.
NFL draftee, dude. You don't opt out, as a G5 player. And going to the NFL draft unless you're an absolute nightmare. 89.3 PFF pass rushing grade this year.
That's insane. That's green all day long. You're almost hitting the blue.
Pressures.
Yeah. What are your thoughts here in this game?
My thoughts are in the bowl. We got Troy favored by 7.5.
Yeah.
All right, and you got to remember that this Troy team, sure, they're losing Solomon, but not too much, outside of that. And this team, outside of the aforementioned James Madison, I think Troy is right there in terms of the best. They are a top 5 group of 5 defense, G5 defense. That just because you don't hear about them, they're not in the Power 5. They don't get them on TV all the time. You don't realize it, but dude, they're top 15, and they defend the run well. They defend the pass well. They're motivated, obviously, because they're a damn good team. The problem is the coaching staff is
gone.
Is jumbled. Bye John Summerall. John Summerall was incredible. I mean, look, just an incredible job he did with Troy. I mean, mauling the Sun Belt this year. They had no problem. He went 23-4 over the last 2 years.
Absolute stud.
Troy has always been an upper echelon caliber Sun Belt team, but dude, Summerall has absolutely lived up to that particular standard. And the interim head coach, the interim head coach is, Nino?
I know you do. I don't.
Greg Gasparotto. Oh, no, the Paisan, my man.
Why are they all in the backup
role? My God, it's amazing. The Italians coming up in the football world.
They're hitting,
right
bro.
Now.
They're hitting.
Dude, they're having a verified moment right now at this place in time. Possibly the greatest one. Probably the greatest run that any Italians had since Bruno Sammartino headlined Madison Square Garden for 15 years in a row or something like that. But that's the only comp I have.
I'm with it. And that was a wrestling comp. Well, people don't know, right?
I'm going to give you some.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest Italian. That's the one I can think of. I mean, somebody can
I mean,
Forgive me.
Vince
Maybe
Papale,
Dan
right?
Pasqua back
Maybe
in the
Vince
mid-'80s
Papale.
had a big home run surge,
Papale was the, you know what I mean, for Philly. He was a run for the Italians when it was silent. You know what I
Good
mean?
run. Yeah, dude,
So
real good run. Yeah, I'm not trying to hate or anything.
right,
I'm trying to promote. I'm northeast. I'm
yeah,
northeast. Like, nothing but love. So I think that's great that Greg Gasparotto is coaching. So that gives obviously Troy a nod. But then, yeah, obviously with Duke, dude, the same things going on with them. Even
yeah, worse,
frankly,
worse,
way worse.
yeah, yeah,
Like they lose Elko, and like their staff too is like they're all going. Their interim head coach is already committed going to
to go.
Texas A&M.
Mhm.
Trooper Taylor, point for Duke with the head coach named Trooper. So
He says point for
you gotta give him respect for that. But that being said, Manny Diaz will be taking over after the bowl game. But you
Right.
got to wonder about the particular motivations of the staff. Well, like, dude,
Right.
everyone's wondering. All right, if am I either going with Elko or they're probably not staying. You got a new regime coming in. Well, where am I going? Where am I working next to? What's my job? You got a lot going on there. And then, as mentioned, Grayson Loftus, backup QB, taking over for Notre Dame's QB, Roy Leonard. That's a drop.
Yeah.
You got an NFL first round caliber tackle and Graham Barton opting out.
Right.
You have, dude.
Carter.
You have the defense, all like the top guys at each position group. You have the top defensive lineman. You have the top linebacker. You have the top defensive back. You have both top running backs, Jordan Waters and Jaquez Moore.
Gone. Yeah, wide receiver.
What do you want, dude?
Is Calhoun? Is Jordan Calhoun playing?
I haven't seen that yet. It
Okay.
could be. You might be right about that. I don't want to say yes or no, but I'm just at this point. I'm looking at it and just going,
wow,
man, give me Troy.
Yeah, I like Grayson
and a low-scoring affair.
Yeah,
too.
wicked low. Give me the under in this one, but
give
I
me
like
the under. Like you can go 24-20 and still clear the under.
Yes, all day. Yeah, exactly. And it'll be
Sounds
like
good to me. Brother,
they don't break
right?
20 to the fourth. Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. I like Loftus. I think he's got the talent. He's in that 3 to 4 star range, caliber kid. But Gunner is a dude for Troy. Okay, at the quarterback position.
Oh, I do like Gunner. Yeah.
And I like Gunner a lot. I think that I don't
got
know
all their crew too. Got
Yes.
Vidal, got the whole fleet of receivers. Got it. Like their outside receivers were good too. It's like our homeboy gets a lot of pub. Help me. Who's the slot receiver there? It's really good. Troy.
Oh.
All right, forget it. I'll get it in a sec. Keep going.
Yeah.
You go.
Well, the guy on Troy that I want to talk about, that I really Reddy Stewart. If he's healthy and he's playing, the senior DB for them, this kid is just 8 pass breakups, 4 picks. Like in a game where I think it could come down to being, a turnover or something to keep it tight or win the game. I'm liking Reddy Stewart in this game.
Dude, Troy's and that speaks to their defense, dude. Troy's defense, if you watch some of their games this year, smothered.
Oh yeah, lockdown.
Just smothered. Oh, it's Jabray Barber is the guy I was thinking of. Who's like the one that was the preseason CFF darling. I seen, but like Chris Lewis in particular, who like transferred in, was very good on some of the deep balls. Some of the tape that I got to watch of Troy, I got to watch a few of their games this year. Try to watch as many games as I can. I really liked what I saw from Chris Lewis. And obviously, Kamani Vidal.
Oh, dude.
Kamani Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah. But he declared for the NFL, so I don't think he's playing.
See, that's the point. Oh, really? He declared, huh?
He declared, yes.
I had not seen that, though. Okay, you got to step up your game, Froton.
He declared for the NFL, so I'm a little worried that he might not play, risking injury. So that would be a big hit. I mean, obviously, they would go with Taylor after that, but I like Barber as well in the passing game. He had almost 1,000 yards, right?
They got Asa Martin there too in the backfield. Memphis transfer.
Yes, he only had. What do you have? Less than 30 carries this year, right?
Yeah, dude, poor Asa Martin.
Yeah, he got buried in the backfield.
It was like Brandon Thomas last year, shoved him out. Then in comes, Blake Watson. Took over took over in season from Thomas, and then he took over the full time this year. It's like Asa Martin, you just can't do it. Then he goes to Troy. Like, bro, aim lower.
Vidal.
You're
And Vidal
taking
takes
over
over.
Vidal.
Yeah, right?
Like, Vidal had 1,000 yards last year.
I was
Like,
going to
what,
say,
you
yeah,
gonna
he's
do it
right there.
again?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. He was top
You
5
got to
back
aim
most of the
lower,
season.
brother.
Yeah.
And you got to, let me see. Does he have another year of eligibility? Let me see.
He
No,
might.
this is
Now he's
last year.
done.
At least
He's
it
cooked.
says. Maybe it
Yeah.
isn't.
All
Who
right.
knows nowadays what eligibility is on
Let's move on. We spoke about James Madison a little bit. We're going to talk about this game. Air Force versus James Madison in the Lockheed Martin Air Force Bowl. James Madison is favorite, 2.5 points, right? Over under 41. Air Force at the money line is plus 114, and James Madison money line is minus 135. And we talked about, things all hitting, you guys gone, Portal's missing. For me, in Air Force, we all know what they do. Every, armed forces team, ground and pound, huge defense, maybe throw the ball 3 times. All right. But is QB Zach Lara, I get his name messed up, Laria, is he healthy enough to play? Because he is the catalyst for that offense. And he's missed some time down the stretch here, so I'm not sure. I will like his rush props if he does play in this one. On the other side of the ball, I don't know what they're going to do. That dude is gone, right? Jordan McLeod's gone. See you later. He was everything for that team, right? Absolutely everything. Surratt, 1,300-yard receiver, he's gone, right? He hit the portal too.
Star.
Somebody getting him is getting a stud, right? They got a new head coach, and from what I'm reading, they're going with the true freshman in this one, Alonzo Barnett. He only had like 25 attempts throwing the ball this year, so it's really, it's a brand new atmosphere for him. I don't really know what to go with this one. I do like the fact that James Madison has a good defense. Give me the Dukes minus 2.5, and I'm going under.
Dukes minus 2.5 going under. I mean, all right. I mean, you're a bold man. You know what I mean? And I like I gotta call you out there. I like how you pronounced Zach Larrier. Larrer. Laria.
Laria, yeah.
But you can't get the Italian heritage, the Italian Portuguese heritage out of your mind.
Yeah.
I think you just think everyone's Italian now. That you see,
well, I looked
we're
at it,
talking
I'm like,
about him so much in the show so far. You couldn't help but make
I
it
had
Zach
to keep it
Larrier.
going. Yeah.
Zach Larrier.
Laria.
Doesn't get any more Larry than Larrier. Okay.
I love it.
Laria. Oh, I don't know.
Hey,
If is playing.
armed forces guy, Italian, it just goes, my man.
You're the man, Yeah, so you're right. I mean, God, you want to talk about the opt-outs. It was like every key guy
Yes.
for James Madison is out. Obviously, their top tackle, left tackle, Tyler Stevens, he's gone. He played almost every single snap. Okay, throw a warm body in there. Their two top interior defensive linemen are both gone. Like good luck stopping the run. All 3 of their top linebackers gone. Their CB2 gone. And not to mention that's just them. And then Jalen Green, who had 15.5 sacks and 53 pressures in 9.5 games, has been out since week 10.
Yeah.
All right. You think Jalen Green's going to play? Jalen Green.
No.
Probably the G5 Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
I mean, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about his performance this far. He ain't going to be there. Yikes. And then not only will he not be there, Cignetti's out. Chris Cignetti's took the job over at Indiana.
Yes.
Brent Haynes, defensive coordinator. Hoosier. Offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan. No relation. He went with him too to Indiana. So like you have their assistant head coach running the show, and he said that this is an all hands on deck situation.
Oh yeah. It's going to be picking straws to see what player they're going to develop going down the run here.
I'm just going to use that man's words. His word is a all hands on the deck. You know what? No, I'm going to go with the ruthless efficiency of Air Force transfer portal. Nobody
Don't need it.
The transfer portal. Are you kidding me? They're just saying, "Oh yes, absolutely,
sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for letting me play college football,
right?
The FBS level. You got it." And they're going on. They're going to play. Okay, that's it. All you have to worry about injuries. Yeah, maybe there's some guys like Gallard's banged up, but like, okay, fine. All right, you don't have to worry about motivation with this team.
No.
Give me Air Force medium points in the bowl challenges.
Medium points. I like Alex
Medium points.
Mock.
Just like Adam Sandler said, at a medium
Pace.
That's
At a
so.
medium.
If anybody's ever listened to Medium Pace, go take a listen. One Adam Sandler's finest. Like obviously the Hanukkah song is a lot more hot this time of year.
Yes.
Always comes out both versions of it. You do a
showing our
second
age
version.
here.
But if you really want to get into the Adam Sandler catalog, you go to Medium Pace.
Yeah, that's we're going to the CD catalog here, and
we're going. We're going.
Yeah,
probably can't find that.
Yeah, no, you might have to go to SoundCloud, type that in or something.
That's why you buy physical media.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
I might even have that on a cassette tape. You know, back in the day. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't. I guess in this game, I like Alex Mock, that the linebacker for Air Force, close to 100 tackles. He's a dude. Like, it seems like the armed forces always have one linebacker.
Yeah,
that's just a tackle whore, and just finds a way to just be around the ball. But yeah, I mean, with up front, that front seven being naked with James
tackle whore.
Yeah,
get with them tackle whores.
Yeah, you know, when you go looking up, they talk about Belichick. He looks for the guys with the big rumps. I look for the tackle whores. You know what I mean? The ones that get all dressed up, nice lipstick, and they're just out there smacking around. Give me the tackle whores.
Just free with their body.
That's it.
Know?
You know,
that's it. Free with
no
their
regard
love,
for anything.
Free with their tackling. That's an interesting phrasing, Nino.
you know how it goes.
That comes from deep in the bowels of your IDP, I think, yes. Sensibilities.
Absolutely. Last game we're going to talk about here is the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. Utah versus.
What the hell is this thing called?
It's the SRS Distribution. If you're not familiar with them,
you need an SOS. You throw up an SOS just to pronounce this.
Logistics, man. It's all about logistics, reverse logistics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love it.
But we're talking Utah versus Northwestern. Utah's a 6.5-point favorite. I don't know who's playing.
Dude, it isn't just called the Las Vegas Bowl. It's all that SRS. I didn't even know. I didn't even know what game you're talking about. I didn't know what to scroll to.
Yes,
like the SRS. What?
Las Vegas Bowl.
Huh?
Yeah.
SOS. The freaking Brillo pads.
They put out the Batman. So SOS. You know, the red phone goes off. Utah with the skeleton crew is favored by 6.5. Over and under is 41.5. Northwestern is plus 210 on the money line. Their interim coach, who took over for Pat Fitzgerald this year, has now been named the full-time head coach. So I think it's going to be a little playing for the boys in this one. Utah minus 258 on the money line. It's just kind of surprising to me because Jonah Ellis, top guy in the sacks this year in the nation, he's going to the NFL. Sion Vaki declared for the NFL. Wide receiver Mikey Matthews hit the portal. Cam Rising is out. Will be turning next year. Nate Johnson hit the portal. I mean, you're looking at Bryson Barnes. I believe is going to take the snaps for this one. If he didn't hit the portal or if he's still healthy, I don't even know who is left for them. I know Cole Bishop's going to the NFL. Your cousin, right?
My cousin Cole Bishop. Yes, he is officially declared.
Right.
I can break that. If that's not official news, I can break that on the CFB Nation.
See how I set you up there? I knew it was coming.
Grandma pitched that over to me the other day.
So I doubt he's going to be playing in this game, right?
He is not playing in this game.
So
I was considering going to the game if he was playing. So he is not. So I was like, I'm not going to drive all the way to Vegas. Come on.
You can't find nothing.
That's 4.5 hours from San Diego to Vegas. Nah, man. Actually, I've done enough traveling this year already. I don't need to do it anymore at this point.
Yeah, but your traveling was, flying, not driving.
Oh, no, I was driving. I did a lot of driving.
Did you? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Driving.
Tennessee.
Driving because I was over there and then driving back Tennessee.
So
got to Washington, Oregon and Vegas. So I was just in Vegas, and I went to the Mountain West Championship in Vegas. So I did those 2 games in Vegas. Like, I don't need to go back and do that. No, Cole isn't playing, and why would he?
Right? Yeah, not in this. Yeah. So, like I said, Bryson Barnes is set to be the starting quarterback in this one. Jaquindon Jackson is the running back. But the playmaker for them down the stretch was Sion Vaki, and he declared for the NFL. So he will not be available in this one. Northwestern, like I said, they bonded together for the head coach. They played well. They made a bowl game. I kind of feel I might be one of the guys on the outside, so I think that Northwestern might be able to upset in this game with the fact that Utah is just. I know it's a P5 school, okay, and the talent, whether it's second, third, or fourth string, is there. And you know, Kyle Whittingham is a great coach, but he's got like 55 of the 120 pieces to the puzzle to play with.
Yeah.
So I like Northwestern this one. What's your thoughts?
I have Northwestern for low confidence points in the bowl challenge that I did, and I mean it's obvious. You got to say what David Braun has done for Northwestern after coming over and taking over Pat Fitzgerald under horrific circumstances.
Yes.
I mean, just what a living nightmare scenario that he comes into. And look, these guys, the team is intact as well. You only have really one defection. That's
right.
Left guard Josh Preby. Okay, fine. He's a good, solid, interior left guard. But his last game, he gave up 4 QB hits and a holding penalty against Jerzon Newton. So
dog, by the way, Johnny Newton is a dog.
He's got eaten up by Johnny Newton. So that being said, Preview was pretty good this year. Yeah, I gotta give him his respect. But that being said, not a lot in terms of the opting out, not a lot. And like you said, Utah, it's
bare bones.
It's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that's here to deal with. When they're starting cornerbacks, Jatavis Broughton isn't playing. As you said, there's numerous injuries. Of course, like the tight ends, they're down to like the very bare bones. Bryson Barnes will start, but you got Devon Vele who opted out for the draft. You got Mikey Matthews, who is like Mikey Matthews is their signature wide receiver recruit this year. True freshman, major recruit. Went sold out, went all out to get this kid, and he's gone after a year. That is. While it isn't, I mean, he played 460 snaps. So, while that doesn't seem like that's big a deal for bowl season, because this is one game, man, going forward, that is a death hit to their organizational, just trajectory.
Development, bringing guys in. Yeah. Hey, he had 30 receptions. He was third on the team in receptions.
True freshman.
And
30 receptions. That's no joke.
And you let him go.
Power 5?
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's walking out the door. He's gonna go somewhere good. Has he committed yet? He hasn't.
No, he hasn't committed yet at all.
Yeah, dude. Okay,
I'm hearing
like that.
Florida State, so maybe.
Great. As you talked about, Cole's out. Jonah Ellis, he's not going to play as well. No. Like they're nasty DL. And their top linebacker Lander Barton went down for the year with an injury as well. So this just. Again, a lot of bowl season, like this, just you're trying to put that puzzle together in a way that's not. You just don't look at it the same way as you do in season. So I'm with you. I gotta say I'm with you for low confidence points. But looking at my my bowl pool, my challenge, most of the guys have Utah. So I think we're kind of bucking the popular trends at this point right now with that.
I like Bryson Barnes early in the season. But I never seen him kind of take a step. It kind of just seemed the same thing. You make a good deep ball, then it's kind of like 50-50 for the rest of the passes. In this game, I think Ben Bryant might be a better quarterback prospect, in all reality, compared to Barnes. Not that Ben Bryant's going to be the next Troy Aikman.
Tested, he is, and he was he was pretty good, when he played this year, and he's at least a vet. Like you're saying.
Right.
And the team's intact. Like it adds up, in
they
terms
got
of everything.
2 linebackers with over 100 tackles. Give me all of that. You know what I mean? Especially on a team that's going to have trouble finding any way to move the ball.
Yeah, and they just overcame a lot of adversity, and they want to cap the season off. I just think it's the motivation.
Yes.
You have to ascribe motivation in these games because everyone you just don't know. You have no idea. A lot of these times you just try
everybody
to
wrote them off. Oh,
it's
boy.
a different world, these bowl games. So that's my my motivation and my psychoanalysis is kind of a lot of what this is in a way.
Yeah, I'm with you though on this one. I think that for the boys, for the brand, you know what I mean. Like you just look at Billy O'Brien when everything went down at Penn State. They brought him in there, and it was like, let's just get one for Bill and turn the program around. And I think this bowl game, for Northwestern and the coach and everything that's going through, I think this one means a lot for these kids. And they just happen to get a team that's kind of hurting right now. And I think this could be a good stepping stone for them going into next year. So
you would.
We're going to ride with Northwestern this one. Froton, it's been a blast, my man. I always love chopping up with you.
It always is, Paisan.
My guy. Let the viewers at home know where they can find you and all your work.
You can find me, obviously, at NBC Sports. I am CF Froton on Twitter. And every Friday morning for the rest of the bowl season, you will be able to find me live at 11 a.m. on Friday morning on the NBC Sports YouTube channel, where I'll host the college football Q&A and give out all my prop picks and relevant thoughts on the games there.
My man is a legend. 2 years back to back, over 70%. My guy just checks boxes, cashes checks.
Oh, I love them props, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So follow him, go do your thing, subscribe, get on that Friday morning. Make sure you check him out with what he's got for prop bets. And listen, if any one of our picks make you some money, throw it in the comments in the chat. Let us know, and we'd like to talk about it next week when we preview some more bowl games. I'm Nino Brown. That's my guy, Eric Froton. This is the CFB Nation, and we out.